Hey everyone, welcome to your weekly reading. This is Lauren with the Clarity Cure. Welcome back everybody. This reading will be for October 8th through the 14th of 2018. And I will be using my traditional 7-card spread with a clarifier from Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle. If you're new to my channel today, would love for you to subscribe. I know I say this every video I make, but there's a reason for it. I'd love to connect with you guys. Also, make sure you hit the bell icon because I will be doing some YouTube live readings with Q&As with tarot direct with you live, as well as over on Facebook, which reminds me, I do have a group called the Clarity Cure Insiders Group, and I'm offering a free pass to any client of mine that has purchased a private reading from me in the past. So if you're one of my subscribers here on YouTube and you've purchased a reading with me before, reach out, go over to my website. I'm sorry, I'll have to figure out where to post that here. But there will be a little questionnaire, so you may have to remind me when we did your reading, and then I can check my book for your name. I do normally charge for my Facebook group only because I want to keep it really clean and concise and want really serious people in there that are willing to be participants without spamming and all that. Facebook groups have been somewhat sketchy, so I'm just trying to keep it real. I'm trying to keep it clean and offer like the best service that I can give. I'd rather have 100 people in my group than 1,000. Okay, this way when I do my Facebook lives, you'll get your questions answered. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention, please register for my free monthly reading over on my that will be in the eye in the sky. I'm sorry, I'm awful in announcements. I know that pisses some people off, but this is my channel, so if you guys don't like it, I guess you don't have to be here. But others really appreciate the fact that I do a monthly raffle, so you can win a 30-minute reading. So make sure you sign up for my newsletter. I would love for you to be a part of my community anyway over there on my my website, because I do quite a few specials for my subscribers and offers. So, all right, I'm turning the cards over to take a look here, guys, and see what we have for you for the week. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I know, ooh, message in a bottle. I love this card. This is like one of my favorite cards. This is the stork, right, that brought the news of the baby was coming. Well, here he is with his eyes covered, not paying attention. Even his little telescope here is under his wing. He's floating on this bottle with a phone in it. Not paying attention to the signs and symbols. It might be trying to come in and communicate with you. So, really critical this week that you're paying attention to what's going on. It is kind of another critical week. Venus is still moving backwards, so she's still in her shadow period. But then we have a new moon in Libra on the 9th. So again, this whole issue about partnerships, balance. I see the Two of Cups here. It's all about partnerships and relationships. I could already tell this week just by putting down the cards. So balance, cooperation, time to resolve problematic relationships, deal with issues that maybe that's kind of been on the back burner. This could be a business as well, like contracts, partnerships as well, not only just romantic, but lots of endings this week. I think we're going to have a lot of energy to help purge. And that's the essence of Scorpio. Okay, Venus is in Scorpio. Scorpio likes to get in there and really uncover the truth of what's going on. And it's a little unusual to My dog is snoring. I'm sorry. I don't know if you could hear that, but that's so funny. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, Scorpio. Yeah, it's not necessarily a sister sign, but it's actually, I think, good. You know, Scorpio represents death and transformation, and you know, being in Venus, it's actually an opportunity to really kind of resolve and move on. And Libra is about compromise and harmonizing with the new moon, new developments, new beginnings. So it's like the door is closing, right, on the old and forcing us to move into the new, and putting down these wands. Some of you might feel like, okay, I'm done. Like, I've carried these wands for months and months and months, years and years and years. I've had a lot on my plate, you know, and now it's time to lighten the load. And I love this because I also see the Nine of Wands here as well. So lots of completions and endings. This is great. Anything you've been struggling with, carrying burdens. It's time now to move on to, you know, better horizons. And to me, the 10 is a new beginning because you are home and you haven't dropped the wands. So 10 is like a 1. So, oh, we have the Fool here as well. So great week to really close the door, put down the wands, and take that first step onto a new journey, feeling liberated. Maybe some of you might be taking a risk or a chance, but having this sense of freedom and paving this new path, leaving the old behind. Some of you could be dreaming, like achieving something different that maybe, you know, you've been wanting to work on or bring to fruition. I see some success here under the Ten of Wands with the Chariot, getting control of your life situation, rising above conflicts, right? Balancing, right? Finding that balance, the yin and the yang, the dark and the light, the Libran energy that helps us balance who we are so we can go to the next level and be victorious over our obstacles. It's a very empowering energy about taking action in a particular, ooh, Ace of Wands under that. Nice, nice, nice energy leading up to this week. Yeah, in this retrograde, astrologically speaking, it's nice to see the endings, right? Because aren't you tired of always like having to go through it all? And it's like nice to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Learn to appreciate. Learn to appreciate the lessons. Learn to appreciate the cycles. This is a huge completion coming in for most of you that, wow, that maybe finally you've been able to find the acclaim and the attainment to reach that pinnacle, so to speak. You know, it's kind of ironic. You have the Fool and the World in the same spread here, and the Fool is right 0. It's the very beginning of the tarot, of the journey, and the World card is the end. It's the last card. So it's like you traveled all through time here, and it's like perfect time to start anew, move on to the next journey, right? Because life is about a series of journeys here. A lot of you, yeah, I mean, I feel like even, look, Scorpio represents death and pain. It's not to say that these transitions are necessarily easy, right? And that's the tough part. Some of you are going to be closing the door in relationships or a loved one, or, you know what I'm saying? And that even though you may find the willpower to do it, it hurts, right? It's painful. But nothing in life sometimes, or not everything in life is so easy. Certain decisions have to be made. And you'll manifest what you need when you'll get there. So you don't have to worry about being kick-ass this week. um, Venus also rules women. Yeah, so yeah, I think there's a sense of liberation here, being next to the Fool for women. Um, mm, I don't know how to quite put that in words, but embrace it, because you got the Empress here as well. You know what? Embrace it in a loving way. You don't have to be crazy, fiery, to push and push and push for what you want to manifest, but to feel, right? Embrace that you know you're giving birth to something new in your life. And this is like a conscious power. It's the divine feminine energy. Lots of female power here this week. You go, girls. I'm telling you. This is about connection, being connected to everything. Some of you could find out you're pregnant. Um, and it's starting this whole new cycle in your life, within your relationships. It's going to be a couple of different scenarios for everybody, since this is a general reading for all signs. I'm just repeating what I'm hearing. You're going to become mothers for the first time. I love that. That's quite beautiful. Don't worry so much this week about your long-term goals. Okay, stop pursuing, and it's funny because I'm always saying focus on your goals, blah, blah, blah. Where are you going? What are you doing? But for some reason this week, just chill, focus on today, focus on this week, right? Day to day, what needs to be cleaned out and dealt with from the past, right? Because it's like the past is coming in to cycle out so you can start new. Okay, let's worry about all that next week, okay? This week it's about almost like standing at this precipice, because you have the Chariot here underneath, and it's not your main, it's not at the card at the top of the deck, but what they're trying to explain is like, you are going to be moving down this new path, okay? You have to rein in, okay, and balance. Grab a hold of that Libran energy here and this new moon. Some of you may even be finding out with this, especially the Ace of Wands here, Fool. Some of you could be starting a new business relationship. Venus does square Mars. And I think that could be this energy here with the Queen of Wands that I'm picking up on. That's that sick and tired kind of energy to give you the gumption and the fire to create change in your life. And it doesn't have to be like, okay, where am I going to be, 3 years from now? It's what you need to deal with now, I guess what I'm trying to say. But this is so promising. I love it with the world. Yeah. You know that the Empress knows who she is. And there's an element here of you standing in your power, whether you're male and or female. We both have yin and yang within us, right? I just know, I mentioned something earlier about Venus, women, because Venus rules women. And it just might be a surge of empowered energy this week. So just embrace it and enjoy it. But getting back to the Empress as bigger picture kind of stuff, she's see the 12 stars in her crown that represents every sign of the zodiac, of every sun sign. So she's the wise mother, the goddess energy. And I just feel like when you embrace who you really are and you close the door to the past, or find the energy to really create the change that you want in your life and close the door to these endings, right? You can embrace who you really are. Pay attention to the signs and symbols, though. This is going to be really critical this week. Reach out to me if you want a reading as well. I offered in my Octobers, I mentioned something about my one question, $15 email me kind of situation. And I had a huge response, and it works out really well. So for those of you that are looking for a quick answer on something, please feel free to email me your question, and we can make arrangements for the payment. Just thought I'd put that out there as well. What else is coming in from you beautiful people? I was going to say my people. I should have just said my people. You know, any hurtful, any drama, try to stay away. You may feel like there's love, hate, push and pull energy this week. Within all your love relationships, just accept it. I think when we have an understanding of the universal energies, astrologically speaking, how they can affect where we are every day, every week, every month, it helps us to kind of understand what is this I'm going through, you know? Totally can make a huge amount of difference. And so I love to include a little information on astrology. I'm not, you know, by far any kind of professional, but I do love it. I've been studying it, wow, probably since I was like 13, thanks to my mom. But I think that's it, guys. So I don't want to keep you any longer here. Just see if there's anything else coming in. Be careful any karma as well. You know, paybacks. What do they say? Payback's a bitch. Some of you may be dealing with that this week as well. It has to do with Mars squaring Venus and this whole sick and tired thing. You know, it goes both ways. You know, whether you've initiated anything or it's been done to you, karma will be served. For any of you that enjoys hearing that, because Libra is all about rebalancing, right? Coming to fairness. You know, there's a sense of justice and balance with Libra. So keep that in mind, right? Don't do unto others what you wouldn't want for yourself or expect for yourself. And yeah, I think with that being said, guys, I'm going to close out the reading for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in today. God bless you guys. Namaste. We'll see you next week. All the best, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.